Hello guys, you are welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. Today's video I'll be showing you guys how to cut and sew this beautiful trending bubu gown with ankara patches. It is very easy to make. For this style, you'll be needing different pieces of ankara fabric with your crepe material. If you want the gown length to be around 3/4 length, you'll be needing about 3 yards of crepe material. Then if you want it to be a long gown, then you'll be needing 4 yards. These are different pieces of ankara fabric that I'll be using for the patches. As a fashion designer, it is advisable to always keep your leftover fabrics because you might need it one day. So I'm working with 3 yards of crepe material. I am folding the fabric into 4. Next, I'm going to roll my starting line. I will be using same neck width and neck depth for both the front bodies and back bodies, same measurement. I measured 3.5 inches for the neck width. Then for the neck depth, I measured 7.5 inches. It is a V-shaped neckline, same measurement for both the front and the back. From the center back to the sleeve length, I measured 26 inches. At that point, I measured 1.5 for the shoulder slope. Then I connect from the 1.5 inches to the neck width. For the sleeve opening, I measured 13 inches. You can impute 12 inches or 11 inches depending on your preference. For the length of the gown, I measured 52 inches. I'm actually making this dress for a friend of mine. For the wideness of the body, I divided our biggest measurement, which is our hip, divided by 4 plus 5 inches. The total width that I have is 17 inches. I measured the 17 inches straight to the hemline. After that, I rule a straight line and I connect it to the sleeve. This dress does not have side slits. That is why I added 5 inches to our biggest measurement divided by 4. Next, I measured from shoulder down to 18 inches. That's for the starting of the pocket. I'm going to notch the start of the pocket by the side when I'm cutting it. Before cutting it out, I added joining allowance on the shoulder line. Next is to cut it out. Remember to notch where the placement of the pocket will start from by the side. Next, I'm going to cut facing for the neckline. My fabric for the facing is folded into 4. I'm cutting facing for both the front and the back bodies together. Next is to cut the pockets. I have a detailed video tutorial on how to cut and sew pockets to your bubu. Check it out on my channel. If you don't know how to cut and sew pockets to a dress, it is on my channel. Next is to cut out this crossing design on the back neckline. It is absolutely optional. Pick one bodice, spread it on the table, let it be relaxed on the table, then measure the neck width from one tip of shoulder to the other. Whatever measurement you have, you will add extra 2 inches to it. You will impute the neck width measurement and add extra 2 inches to it. Rule a straight line and cut it out. Then for the width, I measured 4 inches. Rule a straight line and cut it out. You will take to your sewing machine. You are going to fold right side into 2. Fold it this way and sew 1/2 inch and turn it inside out. After that, you are going to pile up the pieces. All the pieces that you want to use, you are going to pile them up. You are going to place them on top of each other. I cut out the amount of fabric that I will be needing for the circle shape I want to cut out. I placed all the pieces on top of each other because I want to cut it out at once. You will be needing any object that has a circle shape. Place the object on top of the fabric, then use your chalk to trace out the circle shape. If the circle is not big enough, you can add extra 1 inch round the circle to increase the size. You can add 1 inch, 1.5 inches or 2 inches depending on the size of circle you want. So I added extra 1 inch round the shape and cut it out. After cutting, so these are all the pieces I'm going to place on the front bodies. Yours can be more, it can be less, depending on your preference. Please note, at this point, you can be creative with the design you would decide to cut on the patches. As you can see, the design that I cut out on the one that I'm wearing is different from the regular. I'm going to be teaching you guys how I cut this shape out. When I first made my design, I used the same process. I place different pieces of ankara on each other because I want to cut out the shape all at once. After placing the pieces on each other, I decided to place lining on top of the fabric so that the drawing is going to be visible for me, and in case I want to make any adjustments, the drawing on the lining is going to be easy. Instead of me to be drawing on the fabric, I decided to draw on the lining. The lining served as pattern for me. I got inspired by a design that I saw on Pinterest. It's just like a leaf design, so I decided to replicate the design. So this is me looking at the design on my phone and drafting it on the lining. I'm not good at drawing at all. At this point, I was just trying to draw a shape that looks like a leaf design. So this is what I came up with. So after making all the necessary adjustments, I decided to cut it out. So if you are good at drawing, yours might come out much better than mine. So this is how it looks after cutting. Let me call this design band. So to sew it, all you need to do, just fold it right side facing each other and sew 1/2 inch. After that, you are going to turn it inside out. After turning it, you will take to your ironing table, give it a good press. Make sure that the seam line is at the middle. When ironing it, adjust the seam line, let it be at the middle, and give it a good press. Next, you will pick the back bodies. On the right side of the fabric, you are going to place the band on it this way. You are going to leave your shoulder seam allowance. If it's 1/2 inch that you normally use to join your shoulder, you are going to mark the 1/2 inch first, then place your band on it. Make sure that you leave your joining allowance. Then you are going to pin it. Just watch how she will be pinning and sewing it. You place it this way and pin it. You will turn it this way as well and pin it. Then you will pick your facing. Pick your facing, then you will place it and sew. Just watch it. I purposely did not fast forward this part so that you guys will understand the sewing very well. After sewing the facing, next you are going to notch and top stitch. After top stitching, you are going to take to the ironing table and give it a good press. After giving it a good press, you are going to overlock the edge of the facing. You are going to sew facing to the front bodice as well. You will notch and top stitch. After that, you are going to join the front and the back bodice on the shoulder. At this point, we have joined the bodies together on the shoulder line. Next is to place the patches on the front bodies. So you arrange the patches how you want the colors to follow each other. Then you are going to make sure that it is overlapping on each other. When you are satisfied with the placement, you are going to use pins to hold them down. After using pins to hold them down, you will take to your sewing machine to stitch the edges. So after stitching the edges, you can now decide to use any design of your choice to cover the edges. Some people use bias tape to cover the edges. Some people use trimmings. Some people use embroidery design. While my friend said she's going to bead hers. She said she's going to bead the edges of hers. I'm making this dress for her. So she asked me to just sew the dress. Then she will take it to her beader to bead the edges. So at this point, you can decide to use any design of your choice to cover the edges. I used embroidery design for mine. So I'm going to show you guys how mine looks like. Before you will stitch the edges, first of all, iron it in case your fabric is rumpled. So make sure that you iron it and pin it. After that, you are going to take to your sewing machine. You are going to stitch the edges to hold down the patches. Then this is mine. This is how I made mine. So I placed the patches this way facing up. After that, I took it to the sewing machine and stitched down the edges. After stitching the edges, I called the guy that normally make embroidery design for me. I gave it to him and asked him to make embroidery design on all the edges to cover the stitch lines. After making embroidery design to cover the stitch line on the edges, this is how it looks for mine. Some people use bias tape, some people use trimmings. So you can decide to use any design of your choice. Next is to hem the edge of the sleeve, sew the sides, give it a good press and hem the down parts. And that's about it, guys, for the making of this beautiful bubu design with ankara patches. We've come to the end of today's tutorial, guys. If you find my tutorial helpful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below if you've not done so. I upload weekly tutorial on my channel. Also remember to click the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified. Until I come your way next, please stay safe and remain blessed. Thanks for watching. I love you all. Bye for now.